This is a story about a boy who was a girl's midnight call but not her forever. Every night at 12:37 am, my phone would ring. The caller ID showed an unknown number, so I never picked up. But then one night I did. A woman's voice on the other end asked if she could speak to me for just 2 minutes. She said that it was urgent, and that she would hang up if I asked her who it was. Curiosity got the better of me and I agreed. We talked until AM about everything and nothing. We talked about our dreams, our deepest fears and the things that made us laugh. By the time we said goodbye, I felt like I had known her for years. The next night at 12:36 am, the phone rang again. It was her. We talked again. For hours, and over the next few weeks, we spent every night together, even though we had never met in person. She would call me every night at exactly 12:37 am and we would talk until the sun came up. She told me about her life, her job, her friends, everything, but she never told me her name or where she lived or anything about herself. She was a mystery to me, and even though I knew that I was only speaking to a voice on the other end of the line, I found myself developing feelings for her. I cared about her and I wanted to know more about her. One night she asked me if I could keep a secret for her. I told her that I could, and she finally told me her name. It was Sarah. That was all she revealed about herself. She never told me where she lived or anything else about herself. I don't think she ever intended to. Months went by and I still hadn't seen Sarah in person, but I was okay with that. I liked talking to her and I didn't want anything to change. But then one day she stopped calling. For weeks, I didn't hear from her. I missed her calls, but I didn't think much of it. I assumed that she was busy or that something had come up, so I just waited for her to call back, but she never did, and it broke my heart. I missed her so much. I missed our talks. I missed our connection. I missed her. Then one night, out of the blue, she called me again. I was so happy to hear her voice. I could barely contain myself, but there was something different about her this time. Her voice sounded tired, she was quiet, and when I asked her what was wrong, she just said that she wasn't ready to talk yet. I didn't push her, I just waited patiently for her to open up, and eventually she did. She told me that she was getting married. I was shocked. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I asked her when and she told me that it was in 3 weeks. Then she hung up. I was stunned. I couldn't believe that Sarah was getting married. I mean, we had been talking every night for months. I thought that she loved me. I thought that we had something special, but apparently I was wrong. The next night, I called her. I needed to talk to her, to ask her questions, to get some answers, but she didn't pick up. She went straight to voicemail. I tried again the next night and the next, but she didn't answer any of my calls. I was worried about her. I wanted to make sure that she was okay, but she wouldn't talk to me. I was desperate. I needed to see her. I needed to know what was going on. But I knew that I had to go. I had to see her. I owed it to myself. When I arrived at the cafe, I saw her sitting in a corner booth. She looked beautiful. She was wearing a white dress that made her skin glow and her hair was a waterfall of golden curls down her back. But the sight of her also hurt me because she was with a man. I thought that we had something special. I thought that she loved me, but I was wrong. She told me that she was getting married because it was the right thing to do, that she had been planning this wedding for months and that she couldn't call off the wedding now. But I wasn't buying it. I could tell that she was lying to me, and it hurt. It hurt so much to know that she had been lying to me all this time. Then her fiancé spoke up. He was kind and he told me that he understood how I felt, that he knew that I loved Sarah, but he also told me that it was too late, that Sarah was his now and that I had to let her go. His words were like daggers piercing my heart. I knew that he was right, but it didn't make the pain any less real. We spent the next hour talking. She told me about her life, about her job, about her friends. But I could tell that she was hiding things from me. She was avoiding the real issues. She didn't want to talk about why she had called me all those times, why she had made me fall in love with her. Finally, I got up to leave. I hugged Sarah goodbye and as I turned to walk away, her fiancé stopped me. He smiled and said, "You're a good guy, kiddo. I can tell that you really care about Sarah, but she's not the right one for you. You deserve someone who can give you more than she can." I looked back at Sarah. She was watching me, her eyes filled with sadness. I knew that he was right, but it didn't make the pain any less real. As I walked away, I could feel the tears burning in my eyes. I tried my best to hold them back, but they wouldn't budge. I couldn't help myself. I was heartbroken. I had fallen in love with Sarah and she had broken my heart. Now, whenever I see a couple holding hands on the street or when I see a wedding ring, it takes me back to that day in the cafe. It reminds me of the day that I lost Sarah, the day that I lost my forever. But you know what? Maybe it was for the best. Maybe she wasn't meant to be mine anyway. Maybe it was better that way. Maybe it was better that she never became my forever. Maybe I dodged a bullet. I don't know. All I know is that I'll never forget her. I'll never forget the way she made me feel. I'll never forget the way she smelled. I'll never forget the sound of her voice. But most of all, I'll never forget the day that she broke my heart. Well, that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed the story. If you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time, take care.